Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Martins. I'm a traveler. I travel around the world. I love to do two things, as I will always say. I love to serve God, and I don't joke also with traveling. I love to travel. I want to see new places, want to see new things, and meet new people, and also see new food, and even have a taste of these new delicacies. In today's video, we'll be delving into the Kenyan football. But before we do that, guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do that right now. Like, share, comment, and then click on the notification bell so that whenever we come up with another interesting content, you can get a notification of it. So when you do that, you are supporting the channel and you are helping the channel grow. I'm a traveler. I've traveled to over 35 nations of the earth today. I'm still counting. But among these countries I've traveled to, there is one country that I love so much, that gave me nice welcoming, nice hospitality, good people, good culture, hardworking people. And this country is Kenya. Kenya. Kenya is located in the eastern part of Africa. So I've only been in Kenya for just 24 hours, and I would love to visit Kenya again. Now, I took out time while watching the 2026 FIFA World Cup. I saw the list and the name Kenya wasn't there. The same with my own country, Nigeria. Nigeria's case is for another day. We'll talk about that for another day. But for today, let's talk about Kenya. Kenya is a great country. It has a population of 50 million plus. It's located, like I said earlier, in the eastern part of Africa, surrounded by Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, and lots more. Kenya has produced a lot and lot of athletes that has, represented a great nation in different tournaments, in different competition, especially for long running competition, race competition, and all of that. But when it comes to football, Kenya has filled its fans, the team, and whatever you can call it. Kenya in the past has produced some major talents in football, major stars like Victor Wanyama. When people think about the football powerhouse in Africa, you think about Morocco, you think about Senegal, Nigeria, think about Ivory Coast, and the host of others. But unfortunately for Kenya, even though they are good in athletics, like running, long race, and all of that, but when it comes to football, Kenya is nowhere to be found. Although in the 1920s, Kenya was listed among the one of the powerhouses in the eastern part of Africa, but today the case is no longer the same. The national team of Kenya, as fondly called the Harambee Stars, have not been able to make success in football. Although they have qualified in some African Nations Cup, like in the year 1988, the year 1999, 1989, 1992, 2005, 2019, but they are always out in the knockout stage of this competition. In the year 2026, right now, this year, Kenya has also failed to qualify for the World Cup. And Kenya, in its history, has never qualified for any World Cup since inception. What are the causes? What are the reasons? In the past, they have stars, and even currently, they have talented footballers like Victor Wanyama and the likes. So we'll be delving into the causes why Kenya has failed to qualify for the World Cup, or even failed in its football, history. In the past, some of the famous Kenyan football stars are, Victor Wanyama, Dennis Oliej, Michael Olunga, Alan Tigo. So you can see that these stars, in their time during their days while they were playing for the Harambee Stars, they showcased themselves, they showcased their talents, not just in Kenya alone, but all over the world. But today, this case is different. Some persons will argue that because of the nations that were put in the same group with Kenya, that was the reason they were unable to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But this is not correct in my own perspective. I don't know what your perspective is. I don't know what your opinion is. You can leave in the comment section. I believe every football game has 11 footballers to be in the pitch to play that tournament. So any country can play any country and defeat any country. What you have to do is to take away fear from your mind and go into the pitch and play the football, just as Morocco is doing right now in the World Cup stages. You see, in the first game, Morocco between Brazil, they were able to put Brazil into a one-goal draw. And even just a few days ago, they played their last match and they defeated Scotland team 1-0 win. Yes, that's how football is played, not to play with fear. Now, what are the names of these countries that are grouped with Kenya? You have Ivory Coast, you have Burundi, you have Seychelles, you have Gabon, you have the Gambia. One of the big history in African sport and question is that why has Kenya never become a powerhouse in Africa football? So in 2027, Kenya will be co-hosting the African Cup of Nations alongside Tanzania and Uganda. With this development, we believe that Kenya will be showcased by the media. It will give opportunity for young talents to showcase their God-given talent when it comes to football. It will develop infrastructures in the country, and also it will give a proper management, of a proper leadership management of the Harambee Stars of Kenya. We hope also that Kenya will be able to host the African continent as a whole in this major African tournament, the African Cup of Nations, and this will be in the year 2027. So the government intervention sometimes does not, conflict. It conflicts the affairs of the FIFA rules and all of that. So these are the causes, and also Kenya has recorded low progress in youth football development in the country, unlike Senegal and Morocco that you can see today excelling in the world. So unlike Kenya, because they have they don't have youth football development, this is affecting their football. The Kenyan government is also talking, interfering against FIFA's policies. For this reason, FIFA has disqualified them in major tournaments, sometimes even fine them, sometimes even ban them, from interfering or even, participating in major tournaments. And this is affecting the football as well, infrastructure as well. Kenyan government have not been able to provide major world-class infrastructures like stadium, outlet center, training centers, and medical centers for footballers and all of that. And these are the reasons, some of the reasons that's causing the problem. Also, management, leadership in the football team is another problem. Changing leadership from time to time consistently will also, disturb or affect the outcome or results that they get from their games. Although some of the Kenyan Football League, is doing well to an extent. You have the Leopard, the AFC Leopard, doing well with a very strong fan base right there in Kenya. So we must know that Kenya's football history is not a story of failure, but it is a story of unfinished business. Until next time, I remain your boy Martins. Thanks for watching.